Welcome to my bewitching podcast, where I take you on a journey to initiate you into the mysteries and pleasures of all things magical and more. I'm Julie Nelson, Rich Witch, botanical perfumer, astrologer, and creator of the Fragrant Oracle. I'll discuss a myriad of topics passionately on women rising unapologetically, witchcraft, including spells, rituals, insightful astrology updates, and oracle card readings. I'll also introduce you to special guests who share their bountiful knowledge and experience in the art of witchcraft, the intuitive and healing arts, and being wildly unapologetic. I'm really excited about today. I'm here with one of my favorite magical people, Bec Raven Stark, whom has mentored me with the runes, one of my very favorite divination tools. And I'm going to hand you over to Bec in a minute to introduce herself, give you a little bit of insight on the runes. And what we're going to do is do a 12-month reading for 2026. Bec will pull runes. I'm going to pull my Fragrant Oracle. Both of the decks are our own creations. And then at the end, I'll bring a little bit of astrology in to round it all up. So over to you, Bec.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be back, and I love having our chats and doing our readings together. It's always such a fun time. So, my name is Bec Raven. I run Stark Raven Runes, and a lot of the work that I do is mentoring people in the runes from a language perspective, so the Proto-Germanic reconstructed language, as well as what the runes can help us with in our magical work. So from divination through to rune magic, spell work, bind runes, all sorts of things. And the rune system that I work with is the Elder Futhark, hailing from Northern Europe, Scandinavia, 2,000 years old, that we found in archaeology, and possibly older than that. So a very ancient tradition, and it has become more prevalent, I feel, in contemporary society for people to be working with the runes. So it's a very exciting place to work in. And not long ago, Julie, you and I sat and we looked at each of the 24 runes, and you pulled or you intuitively chose a fragrance that worked with or married with the message of each of those little rune spirits. So I'm really interested to know what fragrance is with you today, or have you got any perfume on today?
Oh, I do. I've got my tantric goddess.
Ooh.
Very sexy. And it's got some of my most favorite oils in it. So, just in saying all of that and continuing on, I've had some beautiful feedback from our Rune and Essential Oil of Fragrant Oracle session, and I will put the link for it below this video, and it is on YouTube, so you can look at it. In fact, I think I've put it as the star of the show currently, so it will be easy to find. And a little bit about my background is, for those of you that don't know, I'm a clinical aromatherapist of over 30 years, and I spent 13 years professionally lecturing. I do a lot of mentoring in the power of scent and psychology. I bring astrology in with it, and of course, bring it into all my magic and ritual. So I'm feeling the way to start this would be for Bec to pull a card. We'll go start with January. And that will set the theme for each month, and then I'll pull an essential oil. And as I'm thinking about it, I said that I might do an astrology pull for the end, but now I'm thinking, oh no, it would be good to have the astrology for the month as well. So we'll do one card of each deck. Sounds
Lovely.
good.
This is exciting.
I know,
So,
I love it.
the runes that I'll be working with. So traditionally I would use my handcrafted wooden runes, but I will be pulling a card from the Norse Goddess Rune Oracle, which I have created, published through Blue Angel Publishing, and the fabulous artwork is by my dear soul sister, Sharon McLeod. Together we've created this deck, birthed it into the world. It is one of my greatest achievements. But
Yay.
each rune that we have, some of them will have a merc stave, and that's not to say it's the negative side of a rune, but it can hold some shadow aspects. So we'll explain what that means as we go through for each month. So let's
Beautiful.
see what we have for
Mm.
January 2026 for the collective. Okay, our very first rune is Ivar's. So Ivar's is the yew tree. And the yew tree is in Norse mythology very connected to Yggdrasil, the world tree. And this connection takes us to the 9 different realms. So it's an incredibly spiritual rune. So I feel that January 2026 is going to call on our endurance, our capacity to draw on our ancestral wisdom, but also to reach up, to not lose sight of our goals. It can represent the bow and arrow analogy of what are we shooting for? And January is often that time where people are setting resolutions, they're looking at their aspirations. And then we need to look at that with the endurance. How am I actually going to achieve these things? And when I embark on this journey as the Seiðr is the wife of Seiðr, which is a practice that I also teach of magic and oracle work, but it's weaving the threads of fate. What am I weaving for myself moving into 2026? And what work needs to be done in this space? What endurance do I need to have? How can I plod along, like plan it out very well? Our perseverance and what aspects of my spiritual journey are going to be illuminating for me in 2026.
What a magnificent card to have for January. And I love you, Drizzle, as you know.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So I was shuffling while you were speaking to call in that energy. So let's see what essential oil card comes up for us. Oh, honey, the nectar of the gods. This is beautiful. And I'm going to say for this, because with the essential oils, they can have many different meanings. And what I do is tune into what is relevant for now, but also I get lots of messages. And the first one that came in for this, so bees make honey, and bees are very much about community, taking care of the queen. And I'm going to actually say that think of yourself as the sovereign one in this month to be taken care of. And it's okay to connect in with friends and nature, the Yggdrasil tree, to ask for that support to set yourself up for this coming year in 2026. And it's very nourishing and healing. And it could even be, if I dare to say, because honey is just such a powerful aromatic and medicine. And even if there was something like sipping on some manuka honey, which is a very beautiful medicinal honey from traditionally from New Zealand, and I feel that would really help you to connect in because a lot of honey comes from the flowers of trees and different plants. And I feel like there's some kind of connection there. Yes, so being in your sovereignty and not not holding back from be courageous and bold, stepping forward, and it's okay to ask for help and receive some nourishment. So let's see what card comes up. I've got this new deck that was gifted to me for my birthday this year by a witch who is an amazing charm reader, Stephanie Hall. Oh, so I'm still getting used to shuffling them because my old Cosmic Alchemy deck is no longer available and it's getting really worn out. Now there's a card that wants to come out. Oh, how perfect is this? The first house. The first house. So, for those of you that don't understand astrology, there's 12 houses, and the first house is about the self. It's actually ruled by fire. It's a firehouse, and it's Aries and Mars. So you can look to what, if you follow your own astrology, look to what is in your first house. But this is about the South. This is about how people perceive you. And it's your stepping stone into the rest of the year. So this card is saying to you, from my perspective, take action. Aries is very much about they're very bold and courageous, and they will go where no one else, where other people fear to tread. So taking action. And yeah, so look at what's in your first house. And if you don't follow astrology, it doesn't matter, just for the month of January. Be courageous, step forward in your sovereignty.
Mm. I love how that all connects to Ivar's. Yggdrasil in the Edda mentions the honey, mentions the bees, and it's also what the Germanic boys would make their bows and arrows out of as the Mars hunters. So it just all completely
I
aligns. So what
love,
a
love,
beautiful
love it.
January.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Okay, let's see what rune we have for February, our next month. Woo, flying out. Interesting. We have Sowilo.
Oh,
So
nice.
Sowilo is the rune. Sowilo means the sun. So it is very sunny for us in the southern hemisphere. We are at the end of summer in February, so the warmth is there. But for those in the north, it might be about drawing in some of that sun energy into yourself. And Sowilo, as the goddess Sol, really represents success and victory, our achievements, being able to overcome challenges. And if we've been through the battles or the challenges from 2025, it's like this is the newness that can come from this. We've been
Mm.
successful, we've overcome, and now we're stepping back in with renewed vigor into our life. So, very powerful rune for February.
Beautiful, beautiful. I just want to say too, even though in the Southern Hemisphere, today is the traditional date for the summer solstice, astrologically, this year it falls on January the 1st.
Ah,
Because it does change every year
mm,
with the wheel of the year, the dates. Many people practice or go into ceremony and ritual on the traditional dates, but I do both. So that's really interesting too, because it's that, the longest day of the year.
mm.
And we are winding down. We're in the midsummer then, but we are going to start winding down. Okay. Oh, talk about winding down. There's But I love this too because, look, I modeled this on Dita Von Teese, for those of you that go, that looks familiar. Vetiver is going to help you to keep your feet on the ground. So you've got Zoello, um, the sun, the life force, and that beautiful energy. And here we've got vetiver that is going to keep you grounded. This plant is used in India and up in warmer climates here in Australia where it's planted, it's a grass, and they use the grass roots. So it's planted around dams and bank rivers to hold the banks from collapsing. So as you step into February, I feel to share that if you feel challenged by anything, tap into your life force with Sewello and also know that vetiver is going to hold you. It's like the container. And it's really trusting and tapping into your core essence of being to stand strong through any challenges because that's what life is like. It can be like a roller coaster for some, and others it's more like, a babbling brook. But know that if any challenges come up, vetiver has got you. So you could simply inhale the scent of it, and it will immediately plant you into Mother Earth while you're able to embrace that beautiful energy of the sun as well. And these cards are all about the divine feminine. There is a bit of masculine in them. And actually, Venus rules vetiver as well as Earth. So there's that sensuality, that sensual essence of our being, which is very empowering when we tap into it. And for like really owning who we are. Sorry, I could keep going on, but I will pull in astrology because I know that I will go off track and then start talking about all other stuff. So for you, the sun is the feminine. For me, the sun is the moon. Um, and with the vetiver, it's earth. So there's that um quite strong feminine energy with the sun representing your reading and earth representing mine. It's like
Mm.
above and below.
Yes, and I love that, Sowilo is the cosmic realm. It's the only rune that represents anything in the cosmos.
Mm,
But Einar Selvik, if you're familiar with him, the brilliant creator of Wardruna, he has a very powerful statement of we must, you can't climb a tree without roots. So if you are reaching for success, you have to plant your roots first. You can't climb a tree without roots. And we have a tree in January, so it's like let's have a look at,
absolutely.
at where the roots are and how can we best reach up to the cosmos? How grounded can we be first?
Shit, I've got so many goosebumps, and I love Wardruna. They're one of my favorite bands.
Love.
Okay, and this flew out pars fortunae or part of fortune. In astrology, it is a point. It's not an actual planet. And this is about good fortune coming to you, tapping into your talent to bring that fortune to you. Now, I'm not, it could be money, but there's so many other things that can bring prosperity, abundance, and wealth to us. And by connecting with that, use your beautiful talents. And I say own them because everybody has a talent or many talents. And if you feel that there isn't that within you, trust me, there is. So do some reflection with that and do some solar magic with Soelo and keep yourself really tap into that core of your being and work with your beautiful talents, whatever that might be. It could be magic, it could be art, it could be mentoring, it could be nature. I don't know. You will know when the time comes, but yes, honor yourself through that.
Mm. This is a great start to the year.
It is. It's
Oh
like
my
you've been
gosh.
set up really well.
Exactly. Well, I've had a rune fly out for March, so that's interesting. So, well, it doesn't surprise me really. This is how they work. But
Yep.
March, we have Olgiz,
Ooh, I love that card.
and Olgiz is the elk. It does mean the elk in the Proto-Germanic language, which is different to the deer, but it's like a moose type beast, but it is still very, very spiritually connected. So Olgiz is about safety. It is about feeling protected, but it's also about feeling connected. So it's quite, we chose the Lady of the Elk to honor some of the Celtic background that Sharon and I both have, but also this way of connecting in a spiritual way to the ecology, the plants, the animals that we have. Are we protecting the space that we're in? Do we feel protected by the space that we are in? And it's a bit of bringing an awareness to our surroundings. How deeply connected are we? Or are we sort of blindly walking through life and just getting back into the swing of things without really connecting to what's happening around
Mm,
us? So that might be a bit of a message for you around March, to just see what's happening with your connections to animals, to plants, to the natural world. Connecting back to nature means connecting back to self as well. You are nature as much as everything else around you. So, how connected are you? How safe are you feeling? Are you protecting other people? Do you need some protection? Calling your spirit guides in and just having that sense of protection and safety around you
mm,
in March.
I love that. And again, if there is some protection that's needed, remember that you have been held, you are being held by vetiver in January, and that can carry through to the whole year as well. You can tap into these at any time to bring their magic to you. Oh, okay. I love how we go, ooh, ah, ooh, and then
We get so excited.
bergamot. This is a
Oh,
very
I love her.
Sagittarian oil. And this is about, so this is really nice to remember that if there is any area where you need to feel protected, this is an oil of lightness of being, pure joy, youthfulness. And I'm feeling that if there is that energy around, don't let it hold you back. You know, Sagittarius is the bow and arrow. It's pointing that arrow in the direction you wish to go forth and do it. And lighten up, have some fun with
Mm,
it, because this is a very beautiful, playful energy. And it's also very balancing. It really helps to bring you back into balance in a very gentle way. And if we look at Sagittarius on the astrological representation for this card, it's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of higher learning, spiritual learning, expansion, optimism, awakening. So have no fear, because Bergamo is going to stand by you. It's going to be with you. So I love that. Sorry, just getting my cards in order. So, um, it's so
Could you have
refreshing.
could you have teas and things as well, Julie?
Yes,
So,
great question to bring up. If you don't have the runes or essential oils, of course, you can tap in. I will leave links and get our decks.
mhm,
But absolutely, with the teas, if you don't have essential oil, use herbal teas. And there actually is a herb. Oops, I don't know what I did then. There actually is a herb called bergamot that you can buy and grow and make a tea out of. And
mm,
if that's not accessible for you, I also recommend to people like the plant for the essential oil is an Italian pear-shaped citrus fruit, and it's not actually edible. They grow in warm climates. We had them up north when I was living up north, but you can even download an image and put
Mm,
it on your altar or put it in your journal or book of shadows and write the keywords and just reflect on that through the month. And the same with the runes.
mm.
You know, things that I love to do because I'm very arty is I would have my card or print out an image of the card or draw it or something and then draw the rune on top of that and then the
Perfect.
astrological and I would have that page open for the month
Mm,
and then you can reflect on it because it's about acknowledging these things. You don't have to go into a full-on ritual every day, but if you've got it there, it's simple. It's about honoring it, acknowledging it, thanking it for the energies. It takes you a couple of minutes.
mm.
If you have the essential oils and you want to make a spray, then you could do a bergamot room spray. I don't recommend you putting it on your body and then going out through the day because it is highly toxic and absolutely no to drinking essential oils. But you could put it, even make an oil blend at night, you could anoint your wrist because by the time you go out into the sun, you're safe. And then draw the rune and put it onto the bottle
Yes.
so that you're
Yes.
infusing the energy of the rune and the astrology and everything into that blend. And one of my favorite times to wear oils is when I go to bed at night. And it's beautiful.
Mm.
And through the day. But there's something about going, did I say wear the runes? Wear the oil,
Yes.
wear the
Well, I would
essential.
often teach that to wear draw the rune on the inside of your wrist. So as soon as you did that, I was like, yes, that's what we do with the runes. We wear them in the
Okay.
same place.
So we've got it,
Perfect.
and you can actually, with the diluted bergamot, as you anoint it, you can draw the rune as well. Like,
Yes.
trust what feels right for you. I love, 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 love that. In fact, I don't know why. I mean, I do draw runes on my body in the
Mhm.
shower and just, and in the air. Um, but now you've got me, you've reminded me because I know all of this. I'm going to do a rune a night, not a night, a month
Mm.
with the aromatic
Beautiful.
and do that, and then allow that to seed my dreams and goals and desires and what I need to do. Ooh,
Love it. Love it. Love it.
yeah, it's fun. It's so fun. Okay, nothing jumped out, but that's totally okay. So, water. The words on here are saying, let your feelings flow. So, water, a beautiful element, is the feminine essence in astrology. And this is about being in flow. It rules our feelings, our emotions. And you can look to your water signs, your water signs in your chart and see where they are and just see how that plays out in the month of March.
Mm.
And yeah, but it's trusting your feelings, trusting your intuition, and also don't be afraid to show your emotions. If you feel sad, let it out. If you feel anger, let it out. Anger can be good. It's a part of processing as long as you're not abusing somebody else for the wrong reasons. Um, Even though some people may have called that upon themselves. We won't go into that, but it's just like set yourself free with your emotions, which I really love with Bergamo. And what card did we pull up for you?
August.
August.
August. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Okay.
And that's nice. That all giz can sometimes mean about protecting your peace. If your
Mm,
emotions are being triggered, if you're feeling out of flow, what do you need to do to protect yourself, to bring yourself back to a state of calm? And we strive for calm all the time, but sometimes let's have some ecstatic joy. Let's feel the turbulence of a rageful waterfall if we need to have that divine feminine rage. Let's sit with that too, but
mm.
be protected in that. Contain it. You don't want the cauldron to spill out and burn people, but don't forget the cauldron's bubbling. Let's honor that too.
Yeah, and I was just thinking to ask you, and hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but what could be an affirmation for that, or some words that they might chant?
Yeah, lovely. So when I work with Lagus, which is the rune of water, one of the affirmations I use is that I am in flow, or I am emotionally regulated, or I honor my emotional being. And
Love.
that you're honoring that whatever it looks like. We love to feel calm and we love to be at peace. And then
Hmm.
sometimes we forget to honor the rageful times, the sad times. We will suppress grief. We won't sit in pain because it's discomfort. So I'll often say to people, just learn to be comfortable in discomfort. That's where the lessons are. Don't shy away from pain, but don't fall into it either. We can
Yes.
float on the surface of the dark, murky waters. We don't have to drown within them.
Absolutely. And acknowledgement is really important for our health
Yes.
and well-being because if we drown ourselves in it, if we get stuck in it, it's really important to become aware of that so that you can swim out of it.
Mm, exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, lots of levels, aren't there?
Yeah, there are. So this is a big start to the year. We've only got through a quarter of three months of the year. So let's see what else we have for
Woohoo.
April. Ah, Wunyo. Beautiful rune. So Wunyo is our rune of joy and happiness. It is that spectrum of joy from peace and calm through to ecstatic joy, that orgasmic joy. It's often found in the company of others, but it can be also found internally when we find our inner peace and our inner happiness. I think April will bring opportunities for more happiness. So be aware of social gatherings and things that might be coming up. Uh, if you happen to be born in April, there might be big parties. I know a lot of people in April like to celebrate their birthdays, so find something to celebrate every single day. Do something joyful and do it often. Find what brings you peace. And it can be an introvert sort of practice as well. You can find something internal that brings you a lot of joy and happiness. But the goddess that we chose was Loven. Loven is the goddess of love. And she's also about happiness and finding the peaceful things in life. And that it's okay to be happy. You don't have to be a martyr who suffers. We've gone beyond that age of suffering. We're in a new enlightened era now. So let's
Mhm.
find happiness. Let's be okay with being happy. Let's do joyful things. And anything that doesn't bring us happiness and joy, look at the reasons why. Why are
Mm,
they there? What lessons do they have to teach you? And if it's not serving you,
absolutely.
it might be time to go. So clear off the table. If people are having a seat at the table that no longer deserve to be there, it's time to clear up the dishes and move them along. Make space for the next beautiful person or thing
I,
to join you.
you're so polite. I'd just say piss them off. And I love how
I love
that's
it.
moved through with from Bergamo as well. Like that
Yes.
joyful energy is still coming through. And yes, absolutely. We are deserving and worthy of being in joy.
Mm.
Um, and I just want to say, yeah, you don't have to be with someone else to be ecstatic. I can easily get into ecstatic modes on different levels, and
Yeah.
I've chosen to be on my own for a myriad of reasons, and I just love it because I'm my own fucking person.
Yes.
However, I'm much farther down the track than many others, which is a privilege.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just love being me. I tell you, there is such a big turning point once you turn 60 and beyond. It is unbelievable. Yeah.
Love. Love it.
Something to look forward to, ladies,
Mm,
especially because they've done some research on this and it's like a reclamation.
yeah.
And, you know, in our late 50s, we go through our second Saturn return. So I feel like that is the beginning of it. So take hold, don't be fearful. It's fucking so powerful. It's like, I I'll start using the F bomb all the time. But it's so fucking amazing. I love it. I get very excited about it. Doesn't mean to say I haven't had my challenges,
Yeah, of
because I
course.
sure as shit have, but I can still look at life and go, my God, this is amazing. And it's my life, like
Yeah.
looking to yourself and within. Very joyous.
Mm.
But it can mean big changes. Oh, Baronia. So this is beautiful, a beautiful oil, quite expensive, so I wouldn't expect anybody just to rush out and buy it.
Hmm.
This is an Australian native that originally came from Western Australia, so a very hot place. And she is quite a small plant, little leaves. There's lots of different genus now, but I've gone with the original one because when her flowers come out and she has a scent, it's like she's hiding. She's
Mm.
waiting, not hiding, that's the wrong word. It's like she's sitting back waiting. And you know, it's like when that scent comes out, it's like, whoa, where is that coming from? It's like that energy, and you're attracted to it.
Mm.
And when she's ready, she will show herself. So, in a way, that's a kind of protection. And also, with the colors of these cards, they all represent specific energies as well. And she's like this fuchsia pink because really her scent can be delicate, but it's really unique. It's beautiful. And what can I say? I was going to say ladylike, but that is not the word because she can be quite, like, as I said, magnetizing. But it's that soft empowered feminine is what I'm
Mm.
going to say. A soft
Delicious.
empowered feminine doesn't mean she's weak because she's not.
Yeah.
And love. She loves herself. She's confident with herself, you know. And it's kind of that plummy color. So you've got your heart, which is often pink or green, and then blue. So when you put a bit of blue with pink, it's like that plummy
Mm.
color. So there's that, she's able to communicate beautifully, say or speak her truth. Yeah.
Yay.
I love Baronia. It really is such a beautiful scent.
I feel I just want to tap into all of these scents now. Every time you mention another one, it sounds like a beautiful friend I want to get to know.
That's how they've always been my friends. Oops, I'm
Mm.
shuffling the wrong cards. I call them my best friends in that respect. I know them intimately. Of course, I've been working with them for like 35 years, actually
Yeah.
longer. And um, I've always been drawn to the energetic, magical, spiritual aspects of them.
Mm.
And they're amazing therapeutically, but it's very important that you know how to use them correctly. Because sadly, there's been well, a couple of years ago, a huge influx of poisoning reports because, oh, this is good. They've been misused. You
Mm.
only need to inhale them, to tap in, to look at them, tap into their energies. Like just inhaling them, it's that direct link to your limbic brain that goes into your hypothalamus, which is the control center, hormonal production, feelings, digestive activity, body temperature. They're like electrical impulses that go right through your nervous system, and that
Mm,
that that leaks, or leak sounds awful, but it goes through your whole body. Smell is our most strongest sense,
mm,
and it transports us. We can create beautiful memories and energies and intentions with it. So here we have cardinal. Now, the cardinal in astrology represents leadership.
mhm,
And here it's got bright new beginnings ahead. It's not being afraid to take the lead in your own situation. What is it that you're truly desiring? You know, um, some people are born leaders, and I'm not talking about governments and, any hierarchy up there. I mean, they're leaders of their own life. So, I am a 5 times Libra and I sit in the house of Scorpio, and Libra is a cardinal sign. Now, I wasn't like this my whole life, but I am not afraid to
mm,
take the lead and go forth. I'm quite an activist. So, for my own life and for other people and animals and Mother Earth. So, don't be afraid to step forward. Again, for me, being in your truth keeps coming up. And every day is like a bright new beginning. So take that as an opportunity to lead yourself through your life, through your day, through April.
that's beautiful. What a
Mm.
good message. And I think leading from the happiness of Wunyo makes sense, and pulling on that energy of Baronia as well is just
Yes, yes.
wonderful.
Because April is the month of Aries and Taurus.
Yes.
And they're both very strong energies, Aries is, I love the saying, it always makes me chuckle. And I've got an Aries South Node. It's the warrior, but it's like, do as I say, do it now. Do as I say, not as I do, and do it now.
Okay. Yeah.
And then so you've got that energy. And then Taurus is, I'm not fucking budging. This is what I want, and this is how it is.
Yeah.
So
Stubborn.
yeah, so that energy will be floating around. So lead your own life. Don't be led by others up the wrong path.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Moving into May, taking some of that energy with us. The rune that has come through is Daggars.
Mm.
And Daggars sits right near the end of the Elder Futhark. In uh, some practitioners will put Daggars at the end. I tend to sit it second to the end with Othala last. But Daggars is the awakening. It means the day. So
Mm.
May provides opportunities for us to seize the day, to look at each day, but to really wake up and see what's happening around us. It can be a month of breakthroughs as well. Daggars is very much about breakthroughs, coming out of the dark into the light, seeing things clearer, and then looking at the shadow of that at night, sitting in that darkness again, and then coming back out, waking up in the next day and going, okay, things make more sense. So there could be days that are challenging and reminding yourself that tomorrow is a new day. Daggars also has the rune Gabo in the middle of it, which means that it is a gift. So that saying of
Mm.
each day is a gift, that's why it's called the present. As cliche as it sounds, that's exactly what Daggars is saying, that
Mm.
each new day provides a new opportunity for you to seize the day, to make the most of it. But the goddess that we chose for this is Yod or Yard, and she represents Mother Earth. As Thor's mother, she is the earth, uh, and the earth needs periods and cycles. So, no matter where you are in the world, the earth will be doing something new around this time in May. So, pay attention to that. What's happening to the earth? How is she speaking to you? How is Yod
Mm.
connecting to you? When she's in slumber, what does that look like? When she's awake and vibrant, what does that look like? And how do you connect to that? What are your cycles? Tap into your circadian rhythm. Watch what the sun's doing. Be present for the whole period of the day, and then see how you're feeling in the night. And just connect into that and see what breakthroughs you can come to, what awareness can arise in you during that month of May.
I love that. And the word
Mm,
contemplation kept coming to me.
yeah.
She's
Yeah, because
really
she's very
connected.
contemplative, and the owl is there too with a lot of wisdom, so it can bring that balance of head and heart. We might be very emotional. We've had a lot of joy in April, so then coming into May, it could be balancing that out with what does my head say about this? Where's the wisdom in this?
Mm.
And then the soaring raven there of where can I take this message? What else is there for me?
And I feel like with the tree too, she's leaning up against the tree, which for me are wisdom keepers, and they
Mm,
transform, like they transmute pain into, they take that away from you. And then the river like flowing in the background, like it's washing
yes,
away all that is not good, or being in flow, flow forward. Yeah, that just came to me.
love it.
What is coming up for me? Oh, I love this. I love this. So,
You love them all, Julie.
I do, I know. I say that all the time. When I was lecturing in the diploma of aromatherapy years ago, my students used to laugh and say, "You say that every week."
Yeah, yeah. I do
Yeah,
that with
I
the
see.
runes. Even in the advanced rune course, it's like 24 weeks of back to back rune journey. And every week I'm like, oh, I really love this rune. And they're like, really? You love the last one? I'm like, I love them all.
It's so funny, but it's true, and it just, we're so connected
Mm,
to these beautiful gifts and energies and spirits. So, for people that don't know, Juniper actually creates the alcohol gin. So, hence, she's got a cocktail glass of a
yes.
martini up there. But this is about expansion. So, I've attached Jupiter as the ruler for Juniper, and the oil
Mm,
itself is about clearing, awakening, expansion. And I feel that aligns with what you brought in because it's like when I think about it, we need to sit with Earth, have that contemplation, connect with the wisdom of the owl, listen to the messages of the raven, and flow with the water and expansion
mm,
comes. It's reinvigorating, it's very cleansing, it's purification. And I don't know, I just love that it's refreshing to the mind. For me, it's a very powerful, energetic oil. And yeah, just all those keywords flew in: expansion, optimism, awakening, reinvigorating your life.
mm.
So we need to go down into the depths so that we can rise up. And this is about clearing out the mud, clearing out the shit so that we can rise again openly and unapologetically.
Oh, I love that.
Mm. I love how they align. It'd be interesting to see what happens as we go on, but so far, they're either walking or side by side, or it's you've got to do one step first, and then the
Yeah,
rest will come.
yes, exactly.
Yay, yay.
Ah,
The
how lovely.
sun. What does it say here? I don't really listen to the word, but this is true because shine, sparkle, and steal the spotlight. So the sun rules Leo, the lion. And the big words for this are life force, It is our essence of being, and it is about shining our light out onto the world, not afraid to be seen.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, oh, those cards step into each other and lighting the way for yourself and perhaps others,
Hmm.
depending on what you do, where you're at. But this is really like energy, joy, happiness, that lightness. It's warming us, it's heating, it's fire. So I really love that. And yeah, putting the sparkle back into your life if you need to. So stand out in the sun, raise your arms and
Hmm.
take on that beautiful energy. And it's funny because I said that it rules Leo, and Leo just was sitting at the bottom of the deck when I
Wow.
flipped it over. So yeah, be seen and creative, passionate, courage, the celestial lioness can weave in with that.
Love it. And I love that even though Solo was there for February, Dagaz as the day is Dagar in Norse mythology is the masculine day, but its light is provided by the feminine soul. So the feminine sun, but a masculine day. And that's the balance that Dagaz speaks to of that dark and light, that flow of the mud and then the lighter waters. And yeah, that's
Mm,
powerful. What a beautiful message for May.
mm.
Okay, let's see what we have next for June. Oh my gosh. Okay. A fiery one. So Manners Merkstave. Manners is our rune of humanity and people. Merkstave is like the shadowy aspect of that, where there can be some conflict, there could be some difficulties and challenges with communities. This can be on a global scale too, where there might be something happening globally that gets us to question why there's cruelty in the world, why are these things happening? So June could be a bit of a turning point for that for
Mm.
us. But the Gulveig or Seiðr in Norse mythology, it's the gods of the Aesir and the gods of the Vanir go to war, and it's about the treatment of this particular goddess. She is burnt, she is stabbed, and 3 times she rises from the flames as a powerful phoenix. And on the third rising, she transforms into Seiðr, which is this magical, powerful woman. And she doesn't just rise unscathed, she rides in her full power, rises in her full power, and then she goes and teaches this. And one of the translations of the Old Norse text is that she's ever a friend to wicked women,
Oh, I
which
love her.
means, yeah, she is the powerful witch, the one that, wicked women is the interpretation of the witches, the powerful women who are unapologetically, ferociously fierce, walking in their power and their magic, and they are unscathed. No matter what comes at you in June, you will rise through it. You will rise more powerful. So step into the flames, embrace that. Whatever is burning down around you, let it burn and set
Yeah.
fire to the world. Step into it with all of your power and take that magic with you, because you will come through it. It might be painful, it might mean losing connections along the way, it can feel solitary. And often, when we step into our full power, we notice who can't stand in the flames with us, and they're just
Hmm.
not for you at this time. So let June be a time of rebirthing, renewal. Come through the flames.
I love that. And the
Mm.
thing is, too, is as you were saying that, whoa, I could feel it running through my body. So powerful. And having to go through Merkstave or shadow work is so transformative.
Yes,
We
yes.
step into new levels. How powerful.
Mm.
Let's see what comes up.
Because you will
Oh,
certainly need an aromatic to help you through that kind of energy. That's
we
pretty heavy
will.
stuff.
And I'm going to say, because both these cards came out together.
Wow.
and I'm going to bring them both in. So, what I feel so sassy, sexy, bold, courageous ginger helps to keep you stabilized. So, as you're going through this, and it's very warming, fiery, it's strengthening to your nervous system and helps to
Mm,
keep you rooted in the ground. It also helps you to stay focused. So it's very powerful. Again, another bold, courageous oil. So as there are, or if there are things that you need to move through, it's best to go through them. Know that she's got your back. She's
mm,
going to hold you firm. She is a fiery goddess and
yeah.
very strong, will-powered.
Mm,
And with blood orange comes, so through this comes the joy, the abundance, the prosperity, and is reminding you that all is okay. And even if you are going through the murk stave, the shadow aspect, know that you're going to transform and it's
mm,
going to bring you light and joy and abundance. You know, citrus oils are absolutely filled with the energy of abundance. If you look at the tree, the citrus tree, they're very adaptable. They have longevity if they're nourished
mm-hmm.
and nurtured. So always keep that in mind for yourself. They are always, again, if they're well fed and nourished, they're abundant with leaves. Then they become abundant with flowers that turn into an abundance of fruit. It's like
Yes.
a really beautiful energy. And so, for example, you could make a herbal tea with fresh grated ginger and fresh orange juice
Mm,
or brew it up in a pot. I love brewing up grated ginger and boiling it for a long time. And then at the end, you can add in the orange juice and drink it.
yes.
And you can feel the energy. It's
Mm,
very like you feel that depth of ginger and the healing. It's very healing.
yes.
You know, a lot of people like to make ginger, lemon, and honey and garlic toddies because it's very
Mm,
healing. And that brightness and sun solar energy of the orange brings that uplifting
I
energy. It's
love it. And
beautiful.
while you were speaking about that, I was reflecting on what June is like for us here in Australia. It is the
Cold.
start of winter. It's often when things are getting cold, and I do tend to do simmer pots around that time, and I use ginger and often orange or a blood orange to connect to that. And often it's that time of needing to reconnect to my power where I'm feeling a bit depleted, but I know it's time to step back into that. And that power of that citrus and the ginger is exactly what helps me get through that time. So perfect. Simmer
So
pots,
yummy.
teas. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a simmer pot going yesterday because, as I said, I was in ritual for 6 hours with another witch. And I have rosemary, cinnamon, bay leaves, and I eat a lot of mandarins. So I save eggshells and corn husks and all my peel and I dry it out and I just throw it into the simmer pot and it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. And I live on a two-level unit, so when I go upstairs, it was like, oh my God, this is beautiful because it lingers
Oh,
up there.
yum.
Simmer pots are amazing. Look what we got. Pluto.
Ah, hello.
Go all in, baby. This is the
Yeah.
planet of life, death, rebirth. I also associate Lilith, the
Yep.
unapologetic woman, the woman that is quite okay with saying no.
Mm,
No. it's okay to say no. This is absolute transformation now. It can be challenging. It can be hard. But I tell you what, always know that there is that light at the end of the tunnel when you go, because this is Pluto rules Scorpio and it can go down deep and dark. But and it's important to acknowledge it, as we've said, but when we start to come through that, we can feel it, we can feel the shift and we rise up.
Mm,
And there's no stopping us. It's like really stepping into a new way of being who we are. And currently, and for the next 18 years, I think it's been 2 years, Pluto's been dancing in and out of Aquarius. It's full on in Aquarius now. This this is times of change. Aquarius is the activist, the forward thinker, ruled by Uranus, the rebel, the rebellious one. Big changes are coming through next year astrologically because we've got planets shifting signs, and this was the beginning of it. And it's big, and this represents global, but you could look at where Pluto in Aquarius is sitting in your chart, like what house is it in?
yeah.
Because that's the area in your life where change is afoot and it's
Mm,
not quick.
yeah.
It takes approximately 20 odd years, 20 to 22 years to go through each sign of the zodiac.
Yeah. Wow.
So you can work with it.
Mm.
Very, very powerful. I actually love Plutonian energy, mainly because I've got a lot of planets in the eighth house and it rules the eighth house. So I'm consistently life, death, rebirth. I mean, sometimes it's like, "Oh, please just let me have a longer time of sitting in peace." And nope, nope.
No, that's not how we grow. But that's beautiful that it aligns so well with Manar's Merkstave. Like they all just align with that energy perfectly.
Absolutely, I love it.
Oh, me too. Okay, stepping into July, we've got another Merkstave. So
Mm.
Antsus Merkstave. So we're holding on to the shadow for a little bit, which is interesting that it's our winter time, June, July.
Mhm.
So July with Antsus Merkstave, it'll be interesting to see what Mercury's doing at this time because this is all about communication. So miscommunication. Be aware of lies and deception, including the lies that you tell yourself, particularly when you've been through this period of a rebirthing and a regeneration. You could be starting to doubt yourself. You could be telling yourself, a bit of that imposter syndrome. Who am I to do this work? Who am I to have this power? The biggest lesson from Groa, the goddess that we chose, she is a powerful magical woman. She's actually doing magic on a stone lodged in Thor's head, and she's chanting and creating magic. And then he tells her something that emotionally disrupts her magic. And for a split second, she's disconnected from her magic and can no longer continue the work. Later on in the story, we see that she has died and her son comes to raise her from the dead. So this is her sitting in her burial mound. And what she does is she, in this protective space, weaves magical charms around her son to protect him on his journey. And he then goes and finds the great healer. But it's being cautious of our words. Know that your words hold power. Whatever you speak into the universe is listening. Your higher self is listening. So be mindful of your self talk. Be mindful of how you're speaking to others. Read between the lines of other people's words. Watch their actions. Watch what they're doing. But this will be a
Mm.
time of truth telling, being really authentic in the way that you speak, debunking any old narratives that are around that don't serve you anymore, and then being prepared to break down lies, stand up against mistruths, be unapologetic in the way that you are acting in the world and speaking in the world, but doing it from a place of integrity will be very, very important for July. I'm
Uh,
excited to see how that comes through with
Yes.
our oils and astrology.
And as I say to my community, our words are our wand.
Yes.
Abracadabra, what we speak will come to be. So it's very, very important. Now, abracadabra is a very old word that was used in magic. And
Yes.
I often find myself, we're all guilty of sometimes saying something, especially to ourselves, something unhelpful. And I've trained myself for decades, like over 3 decades. And I now talk to my brain. I will reframe if I say something like, oh, fuck, I'm stupid. I'll go, hang on a minute. No, I'm not. And I actually talk to my
Yes.
limbic brain and I go, let me reframe that. I made a mistake and that's okay because I can rectify it.
Yeah.
So be mindful of how you speak to yourself. I'm big on affirmations to help retrain our brain, and
Mm.
using the power of scent to do that can actually help because
Yeah.
it's inhale your scent, speak your intention,
Mm-hmm.
inhale it again, and it's locked in and anchored. The next time or the next couple of times, like might take a couple of times, you speak your intention. So it's I am unapologetic. I am rising like the fairness. I am mindful of the words I use towards myself. The moment you smell that aroma that you may have chosen, those words come to the frontal lobe of the brain and
Yeah.
create and strengthen those neural pathways.
Mm.
So much fucking
Beautiful.
magic right at our hands that doesn't have to be hard.
And it's always been there. Our ancestors knew it. They've passed the knowledge down to us. We just forgot. So part of
Well, it
it's
was
waking up
taken
and
taken
remembering.
away. Well, it wasn't taken away. It was suppressed, especially for
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
So this goddess, Lab Denim, she's very warming to the emotions, very
Mm.
earthy. She holds things together, but she's also very sovereign. And it's like, for me, she's looking into her perfume, her essence of who she
Yes.
is. Yeah, and she's not afraid, like, um, it's like, here I am, and she's actually like admiring herself because she is the essence in that bottle.
Mm.
And she can gather different things to create her essence, and it might be thoughts and feelings, it might be other essential oils, affirmations, and she is taking, this is me, this is who I am.
Wow.
I am. Yeah, I love it.
The
Such a
power.
beautiful aromatic. It actually comes, there's another oil that's produced. It's the cistus flower, the rock rose. It's just a different extraction method. And the rock rose, it grows on rocks. It's barren. It's like very strong, very stable, and it's like I'm here, you know.
Wow.
So I love. Let's do this. Here's me thinking, oh, we'll do this in an hour. I
What
don't,
were we thinking, Julie?
oh, who knows? I should know better when, we've got so much to share. And honestly, we're not even diving deep into it.
No, but we have got to halfway through the year, so we've
We
done all
have.
right. We've done all
We
right.
absolutely. So the element of fire. So in the northern hemisphere, it's the sun, summer, and fire, and for us, it's winter. We need that fire to keep us warm, to keep us going, to keep. I know for me, I need that warmth, especially in the cooler months, to help me actually move. To get me moving. And fire is all about passion, action, motivation, creativity. It's a masculine energy. It's doing. So this is helping you to light up your energy and get doing. I love that. I just often say to people, just get a Nike on because Nike
Mm,
means just do it. And sometimes that's what we have to do. However, with lab denim, I will say bring yourself back into yourself. Don't rush and be mindful.
beautiful.
Mm.
Love that. What a powerful message for July.
Mm.
Oh, all right. Shall we see what we've got for August?
Absolutely. Excuse me. I just dripped my drink.
That's perfectly fine. Two runes have come out for July, which is interesting.
Woo!
So Evas, uh, so in the Chinese New Year next year will be the year of the horse, so that's interesting.
Mm.
But Evas is all about partnerships, connecting to power animals, connecting to a significant other that's going to walk life with us. So this is all about integrity and honesty. I think because we've worked on our speech and communication in the month prior, this opens up for new connections. And it came with the Nornir of Pertho. So, this beautiful opening up of opportunities, taking chances, seeking mysteries, a little bit of hidden things. So, something could be coming left field. This,
Mm.
in the mundane reality, could mean you'll meet a new person in August. There could be a new partnership, there could be a new connection, a new friendship, something new that the Nornir are weaving for you into your web of weird. Something there that will be an opportunity that presents itself. And often it could be a partnership. For some people, this could be a business partnership, right? Something
Hmm.
new that's presenting itself. And the runes are saying yes. Yes, now is a good time. Given that we're coming, the new financial year is happening at this time too, it could be that there's new opportunities opening up in business, new partnerships, new friendships, new intimate relationships, something new. So be aware of what's around you at that time, feel into the connections that you have, and then step into these new opportunities. And it can be a time too of weaving something yourself. What else
Mm.
is here? What rebirthing can I go through? The womb space can be held in Pertho too. So, what ideas have you had brewing that now is the right time? Find a new way, find an
Mm.
opportunity that you haven't thought of before, and step into that fully and see who's coming with you for the ride, who's with you
Love
for
it.
this journey. What a beautiful August.
Absolutely. And I love the Norns. Oh my God. I do.
Yes, and you created a Norn's perfume.
Perfume. I wear it
Yeah,
nearly every day. I
delicious.
fucking love it. Yeah, I feel so connected to them, the weavers of fate, the Yggdrasil tree. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Love, love, love. Oh, okay. So for me, in astrology, in our Western astrology, the moon is the feminine and
Mm.
Jasmine is ruled by the moon. This is a card of shape shifting, is what I'm going to say. So feelings, Jasmine, again, represents abundance. So that ties really beautiful. Look for the opportunities, what you can weave, and also as I'm just got the vision in my mind, I always get this same vision where she's, the mermaid, and she's in the ocean and she might be frolicking with the ocean creatures. She could be sitting on a rock playing her lyre or little string instrument, and the moon is beaming down, and she has this desire to go to the land. And as she's swimming, she shape shifts from the mermaid into this beautiful priestess like woman. And I always see her,
Mm.
she's got long dark hair, she's got this shimmering um, like silk organza, gown, and it's got this beautiful long trail that's as she moves, it's coming out of the water. So she shape shifts from that mermaid into this beautiful, empowered woman, like a priestess. Jasmine is the seductress.
Mm.
And there are different types of the seductress. So think of it, and it doesn't have to be sexually, like a lot of people, when you talk about sensuality, sexual power, they immediately go to what we've been conditioned to think. But this is our feminine power, our divine essence, and it rumbles in our base, in our womb, our yoni. And I can feel it like too, like sometimes, and you can just feel it bubbling up. It's really powerful. So with the Nornians and relationships, this could be also finding and having a new relationship with yourself
Mm.
is also
Yes.
something else that just flew in for me. Really honoring that. And again, being able to, when you step into this relationship of whatever it may be and show up for you, and you're weaving into it what you're desiring, knowing that you can seduce the world, the external of you. And
Yes.
that is not a bad thing. It's
Mm.
like that seductress energy, and you're worthy of calling forth what you desire.
I love that. And Evas gives you that momentum to take that forward.
Yes,
You've often mentioned the smell of your beautiful unicorns and how alluring that is. And that just reminds me of that feeling of just being drawn in and allured. And, it's okay to be that alluring force in other people's lives as well.
absolutely, because it's so healing. I mean, as soon as I see that card, it's like I was sitting thinking, oh, my unicorns, I'm going to see them this evening, and they are just fucking magical. And it's that
Yeah.
really powerful heart energy that horses have, even though mine are only 30 and 34 inches high, they're still powerful
Yeah.
darlings. And there's that giving and receiving, which I see with that relationship, that reciprocity.
Yes. Mm.
So, whether it be with yourself, with nature, with a partner, with a business, whatever it may be, it's that giving and receiving.
Yes.
And we got Libra. I know this so
Ah.
well. So the Cardinal, again, leading the way. Don't be afraid. Like, look um, for opportunities. Libra is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, abundance, prosperity, but she's also a goddess of victory and determining the outcome.
Mm.
And this is so balance and harmony, which are quite different. So balance is sometimes when we balance, it's that, like that seesaw, we're trying to balance. Whereas harmony is when we can accept the two. Sometimes we might be up here, and sometimes we might be up on the other way, which is where we're trying to balance. But making peace and harmony with that, it doesn't have to be that complete balance, even keel. It's like, and so it's like in a relationship, because this rules the house of relationships, the
Yes.
seventh house. And so it's okay to think differently, to speak differently, to do things differently, and it's creating harmony between that instead of fighting against it. It's like, yeah, and Libras are very good at seeing different aspects and different sides. So create that harmony with trying to balance. You don't have to be perfect.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. I love that. And as a Libra sun, I can feel that
Yes, that's
deep
right.
in the core of my being.
We are both Libra suns, indeed.
Yes. Okay, let's see what we
Love
have
it.
for September, which is my birth month. So interesting. Okay. This is a very powerful rune, Tiva's Merkstave. So
Mm,
Tivas is the Proto-Germanic name for the god Tyr. If you're familiar with Norse mythology, Tyr is the god who sacrifices his hand into the giant wolf Fenrir's mouth in order to protect the people that he loves. Um, there are times, though, where we will give too much, or there's a bit of dishonor around us, people who aren't acting in honorable ways.
mm,
So there can be elements of deception in this as well. The goddess Seiðr is her story is that she is a beautiful goddess, and the god Freya's brother, he's looking out over the realms and he sees her and he desperately wants her. So he sends his messenger boy off to try and woo her, starts by giving her lots of platitudes and offering all of these beautiful things. She's really not interested, so she keeps saying no and denying that until it turns a bit vicious and he starts to curse and to bring upon her. And eventually she kind of, there's this sense of injustice, but it's almost this place of, well, I don't want my family to be harmed in this, and my future isn't looking good at this point. So there's an element now of needing to step into this and reclaim my power in some ways. So then she says, I'll meet you in the forest in 9 days and we'll see what happens from there. So
mm,
there's a little bit of loss of sovereignty at this time where we can feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders, that there's such injustice. We might become really aware of that in our personal lives or on a global scale. What happens at the end of the story, though, is that in this exchange where Frey's messenger is trying to woo her, he gives her his sword. And at the end of days at Ragnarok, Frey then goes into battle without his sword. So by dishonoring her, he has dishonored himself. And so it's
mm,
this sense of don't give too much away from yourself that you dishonor yourself. Don't try to be the martyr where you're doing everything for everyone and then you use that as an excuse for why you're depleted. You're responsible for your own agency. You are the main character of your own story. So walk it with integrity. If there is injustice in the world, do something about it. Don't let it go. Stand up and say something. If people are dishonoring you, fight against it, fight back. You have your own power, so don't let those things get in the way of your path and where you're heading next. So that's pretty
love
big
that. That
for
is big. I
for
was,
September. That's a huge message.
yeah. That's new beginnings for us too in the Southern Hemisphere, where we are stepping into spring.
Yes. Yeah.
In That's very powerful. Very powerful. Thinking.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Libra, geranium, balance,
love it.
harmony, Venus, like this it's really interesting that this came up. So again, it's continuing to hold that harmony within self
Mm,
so that you are honoring yourself. And with Venus energy there, that heart energy as well, it's nourishing yourself and honor it, as you said, don't dishonor yourself. And with Libra energy, it is that cardinal taking ownership and moving forward, being mindful, tapping into your own source of magic.
mm,
Um, and this is definitely the geranium personality type, and this is quite relevant to what you said. On the shadow aspect, geranium wants to save everybody. You know,
Yes.
she's the one, and fuck, I find myself doing this um, to people that, for people that might be vulnerable, because I'm such a warrior too, and just, I would say, I can give you some examples. Let me make the phone call. Let me write the email. I'll be, and I'll
Yes,
follow
I'll
up and
do the
I'll chase
same.
it. And it's
Hmm.
just like, and I have to be mindful because I can burn myself out. But also, it's like you want to support that person so much, but we can also disempower them by doing that.
Yes. Yes.
And that is very geranium. So you want to step out of that shadow aspect of geranium and really create that harmony with it all and know that you can be victorious
Yes.
in achieving what you want to achieve.
Mm.
Yeah.
And interesting you mentioned that victorious because Tivas, as the god Tyr, he was originally a warrior god. Um, and so it's this sense of victory and overcoming and having courage. You know, you only need courage when you're faced with fear. You're not courageous in your everyday life. You're courageous when
Yeah.
you face fear. So how can you be honorable in that and be victorious in
Yeah.
that, fighting against injustices in the world or but also acknowledging when you've gone too far and pulling it back a little bit.
Exactly. Libras, I mean, I say Uranus and Aquarius are often the activists and, marching down the street, but Libra is full on about justice, like,
Yeah.
and depending on where you are in your life too, because with astrology, it's like a life path journey, and we start off with the first house, which is our rising sign as well, and how people see us. And our life path journey is to become a master of our sun sign,
Mm.
on an earthly planet, on an earthly plane. And then our soul's path is to master the energies of our north node. Oh, bloody hell. Two came out, so I'm going to take them. Okay, this is so weird because we got malefics and we got eighth house. So um, just to beware of challenges. Well, eighth house consistently brings up challenges
Yes.
because it's the house of transformation and growth. What does it say? Except that it's complicated. And
Yeah.
sometimes if it keeps happening, it's really fucking hard, I tell you. It's very scorpionic energy, but that just cracked me up because this is like, I tried to say to people, I once upon a time, this was about when I was in my early 30s, I embraced my challenges, bring them on. And then when I got to my 40s and 50s, I thought, fuck this. No, I don't
Yeah, I'm
I don't
done.
want to bring them on anymore because they just keep
Yes.
coming anyway. But know that you will rise like the phoenix through these challenges. And astrologically as well, I challenge sometimes. I mean, I run challenges all the time, and I think it can have such a negative connotation. It can mean that things are really hard. So think of it as a quest,
Yes.
you
I
know?
love that word.
Yeah, think of it as a quest,
Yeah.
and that you are going to, and an opportunity for growth and learning and growth. And that for me is more empowering.
Yes.
And I do have changed some of mine to quests now.
That's
Um,
beautiful.
so yeah, but that's pretty full on and about the time of year. It's coming up to the time of year.
Yes.
You're getting ready, but then when you hit that later month, um, in October and November, the transformation, like that's
That's
really
it. Well,
raw.
funny you mentioned that for October. We have Urdu's, which is about transformation, transition. But it is the healer. So it is the second rune in the Futhark. So it's one of our primordial runes. And Uruz represents the aurochs, and the aurochs is like a giant ox type beast. It's no longer around; it is extinct. Um, so the feminine, the divine feminine that we chose for this card is Aldumbla. She is the primordial cow in Norse mythology, and she sustains life. The very first giant that was created in that cataclysmic meeting of fire and ice. So we've just sort of come out of this fiery place in September, and now October is saying now is the time for healing. Now is
Mm.
the time for strength. It's inner fortitude, but it's also transitions. We're transitioning now into the next part of the year. So, what are you taking with you? Where is your strength at? Who is supporting you at this time? But also, what keeps you healthy? What's nourishing and nurturing for you? There could be elements in October of health as a focus. It could be a priority for you. You could see shifts in your own internal strength. There could be a rise in your inner fortitude, that well of strength that is sustaining you and pushing you forwards. It's often quite active. There's a sense of action in this. And if we've just done some advocacy work in September, that would make sense, right?
Yeah,
We're either taking
absolutely.
time to regain strength or we're still pushing forwards. But our Dumbler gives lots of beautiful messages. I often ask the question when I was working with her in order to create this card. I was like, what happened to you? And she said, I am in all things. I am in all of you. I didn't disappear. I am the life force inside of you. I am that strength. I'm still here. When your body is giving you messages to say, I'm not well, there's something I need, I'm in you. I am that life milk that was there when you were born. I flow through your veins. So tap into me, tap into that inner strength that's right there.
I love, love, love,
So
love,
let's do
love that.
that in October.
Myrrh, the healer.
Oh,
How beautiful.
wow. To go
So,
with the health rune. That's perfect.
yes, the
Yeah.
healer, the medicine, priestess, longevity, wealth and prosperity. Myrrh was used in the mummification process with the ancient Egyptians, and it is a medicine. It is about
Mm.
healing. It is about strength. And if you see her, oh, where's my finger? She's got the symbol with the horns that I put on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
Just like our
really,
Dumbler, our Aurochs, or our beautiful
yeah,
beast. Wow.
very strengthening,
Mm.
very strengthening, and sovereign again. Um, that's all I need to say about this. Very coming from the root, the the core of your being.
Yeah.
And I would say too that knowing everything's going to be okay.
Mm.
Yeah, very powerful, beautiful.
Love.
And also ways that you could work with this is, because it's the base and sacral chakras, creativity. Creativity is very, very healing. And even just like the bold, strong colors, and orange is, that womb area of the woman. And if there is vulnerability, if there is that perhaps some fear or uncertainty, to shift your mind, work
Mm.
with creative energy, art magic, myrrh, inhale it, burn the incense.
Yeah.
Um,
I was burning some myrrh yesterday with frankincense and
Beautiful
using it
combo.
as I attended a really beautiful wedding yesterday, and just having my role was a gatekeeper at this beautiful pagan wedding, and blessing everybody as they came in, and cleansing them. And myrrh and frankincense and palo santo actually really played a big role in that.
Mm.
Really old traditional resin and wood to help in that process. And myrrh was so fragrant, and almost every person was like, "Oh, what are you burning? It smells delicious."
Can be quite sweet. I was using Palo Santo yesterday. I love it. And I do like one of the things I love to do with myrrh resin, not so much the incense sticks, but the myrrh resin, is just go around into every nook and cranny of my home.
Yes,
And with myrrh and frankincense together is beautiful. And I
it is
love, like people
beautiful.
say, oh, all that smoke, but I just love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, the energy and the shifts and such high vibrational energy that they bring in.
Mm.
I
And
love,
that
yeah.
golden color when they're sort of melting on the charcoal disc too. It's interesting we chose those sort of same colors for
Ab
Aldumbla and that background of, Gunungagap, this place of the void where fire and ice meets. What happens in this
yes,
place? It's such a powerful primordial energy we can tap into.
it is. It is. And this is definitely earth and fire um, in the oils. Okay, this card just. Oh, okay. So, the last quarter moon, I would actually look to
Okay.
see what the moon phase is at this time. She consistently changes. But in the last quarter, this is about so when the moon is waning, so she's coming in towards dark moon before she hits um, the new moon. This is an opportunity to well, it says here tie up loose ends. I say like release, releasing what's not serving you so that
Yes.
you have the capacity to start afresh. And it does go into dark moon Lilith before we hit the new moon. So also you could bring in that like sitting and releasing and sitting in the shadow for a moment so that you can get that clarity to rise unapologetically in the new beginnings and with the I always have trouble pronouncing it, but with the big ox energy, it's
Mm.
like that. I just feel like my sound effects.
I know exactly what you mean. I love it.
I can just feel it
Yeah,
pulling it in,
I
pulling
love
it
it.
in.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we're heading into November. Let's see what we have. Okay, All Gears Merkstave. So another
Mm.
Merkstave's dropping in for next year.
I had a feeling that Merc Staves were going to come into the last half of the
Yeah,
year. I don't know why, but I thought, but it's
yeah,
good.
it's interesting. So Augurs we had earlier on in March, so that sense of protection. Augurs Merkstave, Merkstave just means dark staff, so it's like the darker shadow aspect of this, but she's still wearing her antlers. She's still, the goddess of that spiritual connection, but this is the power of the no. This is a place of denial, where we're setting some boundaries. So it could be that you're coming up to the end of the year, you're setting some boundaries around things, perhaps for the people in North America, perhaps there's things around Thanksgiving where you're setting some boundaries around that. In the South, we're sort of wrapping up the end of the year. We're coming to our summer period. We're ending up, coming to the end of the spring period. And November, it's that transition from October to November, it can be a bit difficult for us. The theme of Halloween at the end of October is there, but it's also our Beltane
Mm,
fire time. So there's this real mix of feelings at this time. We're in the dark depths, but we're also in the bright light and the fires and the passions. So this is sort of bringing it back home and locking the door and saying, okay, who has access to my energy? Where my attention goes, my energy flows. So where's my attention going? Can I pull some of that back? Who has had a key? Who have I given a key to the door to my heart that perhaps doesn't belong anymore? Can I get the keys back?
mm,
And this goddess, Sin, she is one of Frigg's handmaidens, and she is the keeper of the keys. So she keeps the door locked. She keeps things safe. So it's a lot about protection, refusal, denial, having the capacity to say no and to be heard in our no. So it's very
Yeah.
strong, it's very empowering, it's a sense of very strong safety. There might be times where you need to step in to provide safety for others. So
Mm,
perhaps there's some work around keeping other people safe or giving them the tools to establish their own protection. We talked
mm.
about that, 2 months ago with this sense of doing for people and learned helplessness, enabled behavior. So this is giving them the keys to their own doors and saying, okay, this is how you lock the door. This is how you set your own boundaries.
I
So
love
quite
it.
a strong message for November again.
And I feel too like the first part of the year was a bit lighter, and it's like, okay, setting yourself up, having joy, calling in what you desire, and then the second half of the year with this, there's through the shadow work comes much growth and opportunity and
Yes.
awakening. So I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
protection
And
and truth has come up a lot.
yes. Yeah, exactly. And, I get the sense that on a bit of a global scale, there'll be things happening too where we're really confronting
Absolutely.
what does it mean for me? When I'm
Hmm.
seeing these atrocities in the world or I'm seeing these lies and this dishonor and deception everywhere, how do I know what's real and what's not? How do I protect my peace? But how do I speak up for things that are important? How do I
Yes,
set boundaries? And with boundaries, how do I establish consequences? And with consequences, how do I actually enact upon them?
God, I think I look forward to doing another session with you on this. This is huge because there is so much going on. There's people that don't want to know what's going on. There are
Yeah.
people that are incredibly fearful of what's going on. Then there's others that are speaking up and fighting to help bring change. And then there's others that just don't know what way to go. And it is huge and it's real. And I feel that speaking to one person at a time or speaking to small groups and with those that have strong beliefs, we do need to make change. People do need to wake up. They do need to acknowledge a lot of this that's going on. And we have two pathways in the way life is. I mean, always anyway, but this is fucking huge. And we want to make sure that we can lead people or educate people, support people in knowing which is the right path to take
Yes.
because
Yeah.
there is a lot of chaos and we don't want that chaos so much anymore, but that chaos needs to happen for the transformation to come. So taking care of each other and self is really important. Yeah, this is big.
Yeah, it's big. And that's the beautiful thing with the runes too, is they're not, and much like your fragrant oracle deck, it's not all love and light. We're not just going to tell you that you're going to be rich and famous and find the love of your life. We're also going to
Oh
tell you
no.
that you've got some work to do, and that's
Yeah,
okay. You're not alone. You've got people that can support
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. So who has come in for us? Ah, Saffron. She's sitting on her throne.
Oh,
Again, I mean, look, I could say all of my cards represent sovereignty because I intentionally wanted them to have a very high vibrational energy. But I'm going to put a question to you. What is sovereignty to you? What is it for you to sit or stand in your sovereignty? What is it for you to be yourself, to be that beautiful, unique individual? And what gifts have you got to give to the world and yourself? And this is very much saffron. It is a very unique oil. You can make it yourself, get some saffron threads and either infuse it into some jojoba oil. If you infused it into sandalwood, you're like sandalwood is such a high vibrational oil, and
Mm,
it's about, giving permission to leave behind what is not serving you so that you can flow forward. It's that cyclical, earth ether, giving and receiving. And this, even if you put saffron threads into rose essential oil or rose tea and
oh,
drink it, it's
yes.
beautiful, and make a beautiful tea. And ask yourself these questions because they are big times. It's like, what do I have the strength or the capacity to give while standing in my sovereignty, holding my power for myself, but also not being afraid to step into those shadows, walk through them, and know that you have the ability to be unapologetically victorious.
Mm,
Yeah,
love
that's,
it.
you know, what came for that. I do love it. It's very much, and it's very spiritual. So, connecting with the higher realms, your higher self. We know everything that we need to do. And if you find yourself saying to yourself, your limbric wants to keep you supported, safe and protected, and it's like I always ask myself whether I'm triggered or I feel stuck. And I talk to my higher self and I look up, but it's me I'm talking to. It's what are my next steps? What
Mm,
what messages do I need to hear? What action do I need to take? And it may not come straight away, but it will come. And you get
yeah.
those aha moments, and it's very powerful. I love it.
Mm.
Love it.
Such a good skill to have. And sometimes that, I'll do it in moments like this too. If doors have closed or I've need to set boundaries, like
Yes.
how do I do this? How do I enact this boundary without causing harm? Because I like to please people. I don't want to hurt them, but how this is important to me. So how do I establish this in a way that is minimal harm causing? Because it's
Yes.
not easy sometimes, and that's the consequence side of setting boundaries, is that I have to actually follow through. And if that means being very clear that if you speak to me this way, I will stop speaking to you.
Yes.
In this interaction, it will end. If you continue to do those behaviors that cause me harm, I'm going to cease our connection altogether.
Absolutely. And even though we don't intentionally want to harm others, and I am thinking about that because I do believe there's people in this world that are so harmful and dangerous that I do have to question why they're here.
Mm,
However, sometimes in that harm that is caused globally or with a friend, that friend needs that to be able to learn lessons. And this is
exactly.
like globally with what's going on. We're standing up more and more and more to say, no, enough.
Yeah.
This is not acceptable.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Very. Oh, that one was going to fly out. Oh, what a beautiful thing. Things are magically aligning. A
Ooh.
trine in astrology means that it's a great aspect, so a great connection to another sign or planet in your chart. And it means that things will flow smoothly, it will go well. It's a great aspect. So often when this happens in astrology, we don't take much notice of it because it's all going, we go, everything is flowing
Things are
beautifully.
going well.
Yeah. And then it's when the challenges come up with squares and we think, what the fuck? It could be something to do with a transiting planet. So I'm going to say for this, what's coming in is it's going to be okay, everything is going to work out. What is important is to be sovereign,
Yeah,
to be in your truth and to trust, but also everybody has a different truth. So, what I want to say here is, does your truth align for the highest good of all?
yeah,
Because that's what we want.
absolutely.
Yeah. Because
Wow,
we are all one. We are one.
this is very, very powerful. Oh, so let's take all of this and round out our year, stepping into December. Yes. Feihu.
Oh, I love that. What a
Oh,
fucking beautiful
I
card to
know.
end the year on. Oh
Thank you,
my God.
December. So
Ah!
Feihu is the end of the line, but it is the beginning of the Futhark. It is wealth and abundance, uh, very powerfully ruled by Freya and her beautiful, loving energy. So here she is with her two cats. But there
Yeah.
is hope, there is joy, there is gifts of wealth in this. So looking at your own worthiness, you will feel worthy. You'll have money coming in, gifts coming in. It will be a very beautiful time, a very abundant time. And often we're in December now, so there'll be this time, this festive season. So you'll have an abundance of things you'll be able to share and gift and love and receive without feeling the burden of heaviness. The reciprocity will come easily. It will be a really beautiful exchange. So lots of wealth and abundance flying around you. Um, it's all going to be okay. Like this is literally the yes, it's all good rune. So what a beautiful ending to our
Yeah.
year.
And even though we've followed the Gregorian calendar, like the 12-month, because most people do, it's I don't think there could have been a better rune to end this cycle with.
No, I don't think so either.
So, so powerful. And I'm
Yeah.
going to put this out there for anybody that, like, astrologically, the beginning of the year is April,
Yes.
which is it's Samhain.
Hmm. For
No,
us, yes. Yeah,
yeah,
for us it is. Yeah.
yeah. And so,
Well, not for us. Yeah. For us, it's the other end of the year. But yes, generally at that time it is
it's the, yeah.
Samhain.
And
Yeah.
so, what I'm going to say to you is if you feel strongly about it, then start this reading from then and move into.
Yes.
I don't want to confuse people, but I know some people do feel very strongly about that. You can do that. It means you would move into the beginning of 27 and still that Fehu is going to be powerful. But with
Yes.
December, it's the Sagittarius as well. So celebrating, expansion, opening up with the Jupiterian energy, the bow and arrow. This is directing you to move forward into the following 12 months
Yes.
with focus and joy and playfulness and ooh.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and
Oh,
here with
hello.
Basil, fire. And this is the warrior, the protector. This is also, Basil represents wealth.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
yeah, and interestingly enough, it is an Aryan and Mars energy. So we started off with, in the first house with that
Yeah.
Aries energy, and we are completing it. So it's like a full cycle, and it's like, I made it. I did it.
Wow.
Fucking celebrating this. energy, this warrior energy, the fire. I got through it. I broke through the boundaries, and it is a very powerful oil for love,
Hmm.
passion, motivation, action. Yes, on the shadow aspect, it can be aggressive, but we don't need to go there because the other cards are speaking for them. But if you do find yourself in that, just sit and reflect because you have come so far, and now this is leading us into new beginnings with gusto and passion
Yes.
and a wealth of knowledge and information that we have just landed with from this previous, that whole year. It's like we've come in and learned so much. We've grown, we've expanded, and we're fucking ready for anything.
I love that.
I
And as
just
you're pulling the astrology, this that word wealth that you speak of, like you do a lot of work even with your podcast title, like a rich witch. What does it mean to be a rich witch? It doesn't just mean I've got a bank full of money. It's I have a wealth of knowledge, I have a wealth of power, I have abundance of magic around me. I can pull on so many beautiful things. So that's I'm looking forward to December already. And I love taking like being present and taking every day, but I can't help but feel excited about December next year.
me too.
This
And
is
it is
good.
rich witch. A lot of people say, oh yeah, why they immediately think of it as being money, and I go, no, rich in life. We have so
Yes.
much to remind ourselves of the beauty that surrounds us. Like, how often do you look up to the sky? How often do you talk to a plant? How often do you connect with all the elements, with animals, with trees? Like, we are rich in life, and my aim is for people to realize this, remember this. And as you said, it's wealth is all around us.
Mm,
It's just, and I have to remind myself of that often too, with some of the stages and phases I've been through in the last few years. Absolutely. And when I
yeah.
do that, it's just like, oh my God, how fucking lucky are we as humans? We are just, one little piece of it.
Yeah.
And all this other living energies around us, whether it be a flower, a tree, the ocean, the breeze, the earth, the sky, like it sustains us. It's our life force. We are it.
Yes.
I
We
get
are
very
it. Indeed.
so excited about it. Still feel too. What is going to come for us?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. This is powerful. Embrace your true purpose. The North Node.
Oh.
So this is about mastering our soul essence. So you can look to
Mm.
what your North Node is, and it is about on a soul level mastering what that energy, that essence is. So, as an example, it's easy to use myself. I have a North Node in Libra and a South
Mm.
Node in Aries. So they're always opposites in the chart. Your
Yeah.
South Node, you've come into this life innately with these energies, and they're opposites. And when we master both, we create this beautiful harmony between each of them. It's so powerful, and so look to what your North Node is, and you'll know your South Node. So my astrology teacher, 27, actually longer ago, used to say to me, "Oh, I think you're getting a helping hand to really learn about what Libra energies are about, because I've got Libra Venus, Libra, and Venus rules Libra, Libra Uranus, Libra Sun, Libra North Node, and I think it's Palais or one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got lots of Libra, but I have learnt it and I've had lots of lessons to get there. So this is a very powerful card because when we reach this, we are like a master of ourselves and that
Oh,
essence. And yeah,
that's
it's
beautiful.
it's really beautiful. It's about living our purpose
Yes.
for that time,
Yeah.
for that time.
Oh, what a journey through 2026.
It's
Bring it
beautiful.
on. I am ready.
Me too, darling. This has been one of the toughest years, I think, globally for so many people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we all deserve to have more peace and prosperity and connection and all the good, luscious things in life.
Yes.
Any last words, my love?
Only that I am so grateful to be sitting here with you again, and thank you to everybody who survived through all the way through this reading. We know it was a long one, but um, if you have questions about the runes or the sense, I would say to contact either of us, and we can help you with
Yes.
that. But thank you for being here, and thank you for this opportunity to sit with you again, Miss Julie. I love it. I love
Me
our time.
too.
It's so
I
good.
get so excited. And, just being able to bring different energies and tools together, they always align. They go beautifully. They dance with each other so beautifully. And thank
Yes.
you. I too love having calls with you and where we can, share our beautiful magical talents with whoever chooses to listen. If 2 hours is too long for you, you can always just listen to the first half, take some time, or listen to a month at a time.
Hmm.
And now's a good time that to take some notes too. It's powerful. I'm grateful. I'm excited. I want to, yeah, it's fantastic. And I would love to just say to everybody if you liked or loved this um, sharing, this reading, please love us up, give us a like, subscribe, and share far and wide. Um, and yeah, I'll put our links in the show notes. And thank you, thank you, thank you. May you move forth. We are in the solstice time, and whether you're waking or you're sleeping, depending
Hmm.
on where you are in the world. When I say sleeping, I mean slowing down. May you always be in magical scented bliss. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us on the enchanting journey through the realms of magic, mystique, and self discovery. I hope you enjoyed our time together on the Rich Witch podcast, where we delve into the depths of witchcraft, astrology, and the unapologetic rise of women. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. And as we wrap up, I encourage you to carry the wisdom and magic we've shared into your own life. Embrace the power within you and revel in the beauty of your own unique journey. Stay tuned for more magic, and in the meantime, stay curious and know your magic is a gift to the world. Blessed be, beautiful ones, and remember, the magic is always within you. This is Julie Nelson signing off.